Say if an average you sleep 7 hours every night, average I'm saying, because someday you may sleep 8 hours, someday you might sleep 6 hours, so I'm picking the middle digit, 7. So if you are sleeping for 7 hours, then in 1 year, how many hours you have slept? 2,500. And if your age is today 40 years, then you have slept 7 hours per day, that means 7 nights, that means 365 nights. This means in 40 years, if you do the calculations, then you have slept, yes please. 1,02,000. So please minus this big time out of your life. It is all wasted because sleep is totally unproductive. Is it? It's not. It's unproductive. Yes, your body gets rest, your body gets the energy, but other than that, you aren't growing intellectually or mentally or emotionally. You aren't working on yourself. Let's put 3 hours per day on bathing, brushing your teeth, combing, and if it is a woman, then they add 2 hours more for their makeup. And choosing what dress to wear. So deduct another 3 to 4 hours out of 24 hours which you have in 1 day. So 7 and 4. It's easy now. 11 hours are gone. 8 hours you work on your job. 2 hours commuting. How many hours gone? How many hours you have in a day? 24. How many hours are left? And that you give to watching TV, reading newspapers, magazine, gossiping on phone, backbiting, checking out what's new on the fashion, new restaurant. Who is having affair with whom? Who is running away with whom? You had 24 hours, and that is how you spend your hours. And then you ask, can anyone ask his or her master that, why are you upset with me after living this kind of schedule? बाणी says, पई प्राप्त मानुख दे हुरिया गोबिंद मिलन किए तेरी बरिया अवर काज तेरे किते न काम मिल साध संगत पज केवल नाम. This human life has been given to you just to pursue one thing, and that is realization of truth. That's the sole objective of the life. The sole objective of this microphone is to take my voice or anyone's voice and spread it out. The job, the objective, the role of a bulb is to give light. The objective, the role of a refrigerator is to give you cool temperature. And that's how they're designed and that's how they work wonderfully. Question arises, for what purpose your body has been created? Why have you been born as a human being and not as a dog or a lizard, a cow or a buffalo or a donkey? I've heard Mullah Nasruddin's donkey died, and he was in mourning, and all the neighbors were there, and he was crying unconsolably. And everyone was very surprised, because when his wife died, he never cried like this. And now his donkey has died and he is crying buckets. One of his friends said, Mullah, what is wrong with you? Why are you crying so much for a donkey? Mullah said, well, the case is this. When my wife died, tens of people came to me and they said, well, don't worry, we won't leave you living your life alone, lonely. We'll get you married soon. And right before my wife's burial, 2 proposals came on my way. And my donkey has died and no one is saying that we'll bring you another donkey. So who is more precious? Wife got replaced, but no one is ready to replace my donkey. My donkey is more precious. No one can afford to get a donkey, but they can afford a woman for me. What is donkey's job? Have you ever observed donkey's face? Looks so saintly, quiet, calm, very pious, doesn't smoke, doesn't take tequila shots. Doesn't take a bribe, isn't doing any corrupt ways. Far better than humans, right? All the animals' bodies have been programmed in such a way that they will mate at a certain season, they will give birth at a certain season, they will eat at a certain time, they will live for a certain time, and they are programmed to die at a certain age, and they don't have a choice to do anything else. You, being a human, have not been hardwired and programmed to behave in just a stiff and certain way. Being a human means having a choice. You have an opportunity and power to make a choice. So you can choose to live like an animal, then the nature will begin to work the program. And you will begin to follow the program. And that is, when you will be child, you will like frolicking around, playing around with the toys and sneaking out and eating and sleeping and now fighting and now laughing and now playing and now going to school. And you are programmed that when you grow adults, and then the hormones are going to have these reactions in your body, and the opposite sex would become so attractive, and you will be following the opposite sex of you and would be looking for a mating. Then society has a system, please don't keep on mating with anyone and everyone, so get married. Donkeys don't have this kind of system humans have. Although every human, especially men, and some of the women, although, are wishing to live like a donkey, so that they can mate with anyone and everyone. But the society says, no, you have to behave. And if you do that, then that's adultery. That's not good. That's not right. You have a choice, and if you have not made the choice, then your body has been programmed to grow sick and old and one day die. And 98% of human beings living on this earth are behaving and acting according to this program only. Please don't be shocked, that's the truth. Then there is the 2% left, and out of that there is a 1% who doesn't have opportunity to meet someone who can teach him or her the ways and the means and the methods to make the choices. And the other 1% out of that, the 0.5% of this remaining 1% would be those who would meet a master, a teacher, who will train them, and yet they will not make the right choices. And out of 100%, it is only 0.25% of the people, individuals, who will meet a master, who will get the teaching, and who will get this ability to make right choices, and they will make right choices, and then they elevate themselves, and then they choose not to attain God, but to be God then. But the 98% of the human beings are just living like an animal. I would say worse than an animal. Animal won't hurt you or attack you if they don't feel challenged, threatened, or if they are hungry, only then they will attack you. But for a human being, always ready with your claws to bite on someone with your sharp teeth, won't lead a single opportunity if it is in front of you. If you have the opportunity, you would definitely grab it. You won't stop. मैं कई बार कहती हूँ, शरीफ आदमी की पहचान क्या है और परिभाषा क्या है? जिसको बेईमानी करने की जरूरत नहीं थी, वो शरीफ है. मौका नहीं मिला, शरीफ है. मौका मिल जाता, सब भूल जाता. I would say that every enlightened master is in such a minority, and the people who would understand him or her are further in a minority. And the whole life is gone just before your eyes, and you don't even know what's going to happen to you, and you are least bothered about that, what's going to happen to you, because you are so busy in your mundane life, hoarding the things. Someone asked Buddha, why did you leave your palace, wife and son and became a renunciate and became a monk? Shouldn't you be fulfilling your obligations and responsibilities to your wife, father, your foster mother, your baby son? Buddha said, I ask you a question. If your house is on fire, what would you do instinctively? Instinctively, I'm saying. That is, take a jump, get out of the house, and then the second would be to think who is out and who is not, and what is left in the house. If house is on fire, then you would like to save yourself first. That is the reflex action. You don't even have to think. That's what you do. And Buddha said, that's what I have done. I was seeing the flames of death everywhere. Everywhere the death is lurking. And I had to take the jump. So I took the jump. And I went out. And I tried to look for that place and space where I can save my mind from this onslaught of death.